Yeah, just like anything, all the things that you go through help form you as a player and a person. I would say my Ohio State days were related to two things. I had really good coaches that helped me develop as a player on the field, and I also went through a lot of adversity that helped me mature as a person and helped put me in this position. So I owe a lot to their time.
Yeah, we're about to ask him. Let's go to Whitmer to see
I would say that growing up in Ohio, you see a lot of things that growing up in rural Ohio where I'm from, there's a lot of poverty and hungry people that, you don't really realize that's what you see when you're growing up. You're a young kid, but then when you reflect back on it, it's pretty sticks out in your mind like, wow, that was really a sad moment. So you think back on a lot of those moments.
Hey Joe, when you think about 16 months ago when you were off the knee and then to the way you're sitting today, 48 hours away from the biggest game of your life, how do you view that journey?
I wouldn't change it for the world. I think it helped me. It helped me become a better player. To be honest, there was both a lot of adversity mentally and physically, and it allowed my throwing motion to kind of be more refined. Because I had to just start standing and throwing at 5 yards, and so that really helped me focus on a lot of different things with my hips and my core that helped my throwing motion become more refined, get some more velocity and accuracy.
What do you know as a small town guy that a big town guy might not know or still have to learn? Yeah, what do you know as a small town guy that maybe somebody on your team from a larger area like this would have to kind of work on learning?
That's tough to say. I would say, it doesn't really answer your question, but growing up where I grew up, there's a lot of different kinds of people where I grew up. I'm from a university town, so you have the university kids, and then you have the people that live there their whole life, and people from a lot of different backgrounds, a lot of different countries, and I would say that helped me build relationships with a lot of different kinds of people, and that's really what you do in the locker room as a leader. You talk with a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds and a lot of different areas of the country, and I think as a quarterback, your job is to help build relationships, not just with you and those players, but with other players on the team, and just become one. I think that helped me a lot.
Did you enjoy living here?
Just 1 second, please. We're just going to adjust the microphone real quick.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Joe, will you describe your receivers? Will you describe your wide receivers, the advantages your wide receivers have?
No, we have the best group in the league. When we play a team that likes to play man coverage, you really have to pick your poison about who you want to cover. If you want to double Jamar, TB and T, you're going to go for 100 yards. And if you want to play cloud all day, Joe Mixon's going to run the ball. So we have a lot of different weapons, and you really have to pick your poison.
Joe, how did Jonas Williams develop as a player?
Jonas works really hard to be the player that he is. He's getting better and better each week. And his improvement from last year to this year has been very impressive. I'm excited that I get to play with a guy like that.
Joe, when you started doing this,
probably after high school.
I just have to
I'm not exactly sure.
Standing next to her.
Joe, what does it mean to you to be playing the Super Bowl so close to the place when you had your ACL surgery, kind of a chance to play that?
I haven't really thought about that. I think that's, I have familiarity with the area, I guess. That might be a positive, but other than that, I wouldn't say that it has had much effect.
Joe, your dad said
really just faith that everything would work out. I knew how hard that I was working at the time, and I had to have faith that all the hard work would pay off eventually. Otherwise, what was I doing it all for? And so it was really just faith in myself, faith in the work that I was putting in, and eventually it would get me to a moment like this. And unfortunately, it played out that way.
Joe, your dad won a championship in Montreal. Has anything he shared about you, with you about that? And how does it feel to have the chance to follow in his footsteps?
He hasn't really spoken much about it this week, but I definitely heard the stories about it growing up. And it was always exciting to me that my dad was a professional football player and played in a big game like that.
When you play, looking at on Sunday, playing against the Rams, are you more concerned about what they can do against you guys on defense, or what you can bring to the offensive, bring from an offensive standpoint?
Yeah, every game you try to kind of balance that. You want to attack the scheme in different ways, but then you also want to do what you've done all year and have a lot of reps at. So I think there'll be a balance of attacking the scheme that they have and then doing what we do.
With Jamar coming into the league, how much of an advantage was it your college days you guys have coming into the league in this season? How much of an advantage was that?
You got some good questions today. Whenever you're with a new receiver, you have to, one, understand how he runs routes. So you have to accumulate a lot of reps watching him run routes and going to him. And two, you got to create a dialogue. If you miss a route, you got to be able to come back and talk about why you missed it and what you're going to do differently the next time. And we already had that. And so that was a big advantage.
Joe, from Mexico. There's been a lot of talk, and my perception from outside from Mexico, and I'm from Mexico, is that this is a very united team. And leaders who want the same thing. I think, do you think that's a big part of why you are here in the Super Bowl?
For sure. When you get to this level, every team has a lot of talent. Everybody's got great players. I think what it comes down to is how close you are as a team, how much you trust each other to do the job that they need to do to win the game. We have a lot of trust in everybody, not just within the offense, but I think we play as hard as we do on offense because we know that the defense is going to do their job and get us the ball back. I think the defense plays as hard as they do because they know if they get us the ball back, we're going to go down and score, and that starts building trust in the locker room.
Yesterday I saw a great video of the receivers that they were walking on a street, and all of a sudden, all of here, that you do a lot of things together. That's a big part of the chemistry.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very rare that you feel comfortable hanging out off the field with just about everybody on your team. And I think everybody on our team feels that way. I can go hang out with everybody on defense, and I can hang out with everybody on offense, and I think it feels about the same.
As a quarterback, as a leader, do you feel that's important, your job, to make sure everybody comes together like that, and you guys build that chemistry and camaraderie together internally?
Absolutely. That's one of the main jobs of being a quarterback. Obviously, you got to do your job on the field and execute at a high level, but within the locker room, you got to be able to build those relationships between players and yourself and the coaching staff. You got to be an extension of the coaching staff as well. So I think as a quarterback, you got to be able to handle all those different things.
Last one, what did you learn about yourself while you were out with the injury?
I wouldn't say I learned much about myself. I knew how hard it was going to be to come back and all the hard work I was going to have to put in. I would say that I learned a lot about the people around me. I had a great support system from family and friends and teammates that helped me come back to this team.
Joe, with the Super Bowl being in LA, who would play you in a film about